Yo guys, diving into another video down here in Lumberton, New Jersey. And Troy messaged me about this jet boat he's got. How long have you owned this and what's the quick backstory?
3 months. This was the impulse of all impulse buys. A friend of mine told me about this boat for probably about a month and a half. His friend had it since new and they boated on the creek with it since 79. It was originally bought in Levittown, PA. And he's like, yo, you have to see this boat. It needs work, but it's beautiful. I'm like, okay. When I looked at it, I was like, this isn't for me. And then we just kept going back and forth, back and forth, and eventually I bought it.
All right, so we settled on $1,000 cash money. So, good deal, Troy. Appreciate it. You'll see this thing on the river, hopefully, unless the motor's completely blown. Troy had to get going, but let's do a quick walk around on this and then get it home. This boat was clearly stored indoors for much of its life, but not all, as you'll see. Troy did rename it Randy Watson Sexual Chocolate. Man, I love the sparkle paint job on here. Just stunning. But this has got a 460 big block, a hardened exhaust. I don't know anything about these jet boats. I've never worked on one. It's a jacuzzi jet drive. You can see on this trailer, well, it's a nice old school C-frame. It's like the same trailer I had on the Bass dumpster, 1982 Bass dumpster. This old metallurgy, it was just better. It doesn't rot out. However, somebody did catch the back of the trailer. Oh, how well you can see that, but that's bent out pretty good. There's the VIN tag on the back. And this is a 21 foot. Most jet boats you're gonna see, they're like 18 foot two-seaters. 21 with a bow rider, so pretty cool. But unfortunately, yeah, this is the main issue. I mean, these floors are just wet diaper. They're really bad. Now, I don't know how far I will go with this, but he started putting money into it and decided I gotta get rid of this thing. So I think at $1,000, I don't know. I would have liked to pay $300 for it, honestly, but it does look good. So if I go to resell this, I don't think I'll take that big of a hit. So this engine was locked up originally. See the distributor all rusted out. He's got a new one in box. He went as far as getting the engine unlocked and cranking over, he said, and that's it. Now you see, brand new starter put on it. Looks like some mice chewing up on the plug wires. That's as far as we're gonna go right now. Let's hook up and get it home. And boy, I love the wheels on this too. These old school alloy, I guess turbine wheel, drive routed tires. What a cool looking jet boat. I mean, come on. If I ever saw one worthy of a restoration, this would be it right here. Down the highway and just, I think we had a tire go out. I'm not sure, but something happened back there. Ah, that's what happened. Ripped the tread off the tire. You're right. I should have brought a spare with me. Not gonna make it very far like that, huh? But we lost a piece of rubber back there. And I just noticed, especially with that, this is like, that's basically scraping the ground. So, probably lower this down. We got the adjustable genie. Actually, that was hanging lower than normal because one wheel was down on the hill on the grass. But still, I think we'll get off this exit, leave the boat, because maybe 20 minutes from home, but that's not gonna, I don't think that's gonna make it the rest of the highway. At least we got off the freeway. Got some shouldered mag lug bolts. Oh man, you gotta wonder if that would have made it, but the problem is if this blew out anymore, that'd have been dragging on the ground completely. So I just spoke with the manager and he said it's okay if I leave it there for a couple hours. Luckily back home underneath the deck we have some tires that should work. Yeah, I actually got these trailer tires that might be right bolt on, but those lug bolts won't work. What else we got? This one's pretty tall. Actually almost new. 205 75 14. Yeah, that's quite a bit taller, but we gotta take the fender off. We will. Oh yeah, fresh stem. And it's still there. Wonderful. Now the 205 75 14s are a little tight. Might have to give this thing a suspension lift because I do like the load range D there. I mean, that's sitting much better. And that brings us up. I mean, we're still dangerously close, and you can see that was scraping. Getting kind of paper thin. Well, let's see if this one makes it home. Now that the sun's, it's all cloudy, should be better. Go ahead and pump this side up a touch too. Actually, that's already at 33. I'll leave it alone. Yeah, so these are just real, you know, floppy sidewalls. Not even a trailer tire, P-rated. Yep, just blew the other one out. I knew when I was leaving, I was like, you know, I should have brought both the wheels with me. And look how close that frame comes down. Oh, we got coolant coming out of there. Huh. Hopefully I can get back to it quicker than it would take a rollback to get there, because that's what's going to happen. Police going to roll up, say there's no plate on this, abandoned vehicle, send a rollback. There's many times I've brought spare wheels with me when going to pick up old junky trailers. This happens to be not one of those times. There it is. Still there. Oh yeah. Time to dive in. The main mission is get it running with minimal money. Oh, the hinges are still good on that. I like it. It's nice the boat came with a near new battery, this Everstart Marine. Get this up on charge, although it is a deep cycle. So, all brand spanking new battery cables on here too, which is nice. A new solenoid. The motor mounts. I mean, it's bolted through, solid mounts, but yeah, these stringers seem good enough for me. It's cool, this jet drive has like what looks to be a clean out up top here. We'll have to open that and inspect. Looking a little bit better, and I just noticed the model number of this engine up on the valve cover in H320 by Hardin, so that means probably a 320 horse. You'll see this has got the water pump block off plate because these just use the jet drive water pressure for water flow through the engine. Also the dualing tanks on your starboard port. Port starboard. Now I would assume there's going to be water in these cylinders because he stored this outdoors with the plugs out. Let's see. No, dry. Oh, yeah, that one's got. Yeah, it's water. Yep, just both the back cylinders full of water. How about our dipstick? Just a little bit of milk to that, and it's at the safe level, so at least it's not overfilled. That would be an indicator of a lot of water. This might have some moisture in it though. Taking a look in these cylinders, and yeah, he definitely had this cranking over. I don't think you can see this screen, but all the cylinders look all right, except this guy. That's this one's got some like mud on the walls. Not great looking. Now we'll go ahead and lubricate each of them. No rust down in the 4-barrel. That's nice. Shoot a little bit down here too. And with the battery hooked back up, connection's all tight, we can crank it over. But the smart idea would be put a socket on there and give her a hand feel. Oh, yep, there it is. Make sure it doesn't stop or anything. Yeah, that's rotating nicely. Let's see if the key switch works. Nothing. Very nice. It wouldn't have been a bad idea to check the bottom of the oil pan for water before cranking it over, since the pump's going to pick it up, especially since the manifold's off and that is accessible. So let's do that now anyway, and I think we'll change it too. If there was water, there'd still be some sitting at the way bottom. With that small crank over, it wouldn't have picked it all up. And yes, there is definitely water on the bottom of this pan. We are gonna change that. In a pinch though, you could just let it sit here dripping, then let all the water drain off, and once you see the oil come, tighten it back down. And on most marine engines, the dipstick goes down into the pan so you can use a vacuum to suck the oil out, but I don't think this one does that. I think we'll just go ahead and put a vacuum on this. That way we can thread this all the way out and not have any oil spill. I got my vacuum hose on there and we can pump this oil out on the bottom. Get it all. It's going, but real slow. As you can see, I need to get myself a new vacuum pump. Probably take these components off and just get a better tank though, because this thing's old school and the pump's very good. The tank clearly not so good. I'll get that bone dry. Oh, not a mouse nest. And the bell housing back there. For oil, I'm going to get rid of this old Hawaiian Super Premium all temperature motor oil 2050, and also Wolf's Head Racing Motor Oil with ZDP, brewed in Oil City, PA, refinery sealed. Got these from Jack over at Anything Goes Garage. He ran into a bulk amount of it, and I'll probably poke a few more holes. Just getting rid of it. So thank you, Jack, for the oil. Looks fine to me. Look at that. I know it doesn't have all the modern additives and detergents of modern oils, but or today's oils, but that's gonna be just fine for temporary use. No rust on the bottom. Oh, there's some particles down there. That's probably from me hitting the top though. Cardboard in good shape. Great to put it to use. It smells like Pep Boys when I was a kid. Actually, it's like that Pep Boy / tire smell. Pretty good. Wolf's Head got a little darker tint to it. All that ZDP in there. Last change in August. I can't tell what the year is. Parts America. Oh, that filter was almost rusted through. Like Mississippi mud coming out of there. Oh yeah, was rusted through. So if we would have left that on, started it, would have shot oil right out. Unfortunately, no filters in stock. They're gonna work. Run to the parts store later. The next big one is this distributor. That is severely corroded and rusted into place. Probably end up having to take this timing cover off, but we'll give it a go. Not too bad inside the intake or the outlet housing. Now let's see if the distributor turns. Oh, look at that. Wow. Unbelievable. All right, things are looking up for this engine. Okay, well, we got some rust down in there. Yeah, buddy. Now I'm gonna rotate this engine over, throw my finger over spark plug number 1, wait till I get some compression. I'm not getting anything. That could mean the valves are just not sealing because of a little bit of corrosion. Oh, there we go. All right. Now I'll bring this to top dead center. And luckily this got good marks on here. Very eligible or legible. We're just before top dead center. Now I'll take some engine assembly lube and throw it on this gear. I'm gonna drop this in so that the pointer's heading towards cylinder number 1, which is the only one labeled on here, and then yeah, good to go. This is gonna need working points, which it doesn't have. This is designed to be used with an ignition box, no points. Wait a second, I got a parts donor. I see turbo sitting over there. The Thunderbird with 460. Oh yeah. This has got points on it too, so we'll just go with that setup for now, I guess, right? Of course, this distributor seized in here. Here we go. Got it budging. All right. Wow, look at the sludge on that. Whew. Okay, that works. Now we need some spark plugs. While I was vacuuming, I did find one Motorcraft ARF 42. Sure, I got some good used or new ones possibly. I got these Autolite 25s, brand new. Don't know what I had them from, but that'll work for now. And I'll look it up later. I think I have a full set actually. Well, Andy C's up on these. Cheapest filter I could find, a CarQuest. Now I'm going to take the fuel line off at the carb. Carburetor inlet screen's all junked up with some rust. Get that cleaned up. Now let's get the crank over with plugs in, and I got the spark plug lead test for spark on cylinder number 1. I've also got the fuel feed going into a jug so we can see if anything comes out of these tanks, which by the way, they each have a valve on them, and then they go over to that T, and there's a fuel filter and the hose running underneath. It's in really bad shape, all like chewed up and falling apart. I got positive hot here. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got arcage at the coil, meaning good windings. We don't have the resistor in place, but okay. Here's our spark lead. Oh yeah. All right. Really good spark. It sounded pretty good on the crank, and that's fuel coming out. So give that old sniff. Oh yeah. That's at least 20 or more years. Weird because it's not very dark, but it is very foul and pungent. All right, I finished up a bunch of odds and ends last night, like getting the exhaust back on, the exhaust boot, greasing the drive shaft zerks right here on the drive and down on the bowl. the wheel bearings and pulled out a bunch of razor sharp rusty hardware that's sticking out everywhere, and we're almost ready to fire it up. So about to send fuel to it. However, probably not a good idea to start this without water, and I don't see any way to hook up water. I was looking online, most people are like, just put these in the water if you're going to start them, but that's not really an option right now because it's low tide at the close spot, and I don't feel like going down to the busy ramp. So this is our inlet hose. You see that comes right from the bowl. It's pressurized water, shoots under, and then it has a splitter down on the bottom, and on each side it comes down into the exhaust manifold, so it cools that and then comes back out on both sides into the engine block. I think we'll just snip it right in the middle. Whoa, look at that. This thing was actually winterized. Cool. That is a good sign. I mean, somebody used regular antifreeze instead of like RV antifreeze, but very good. And that does remind me to something I should have checked, whether these logs have drains on the bottom, and if they're tight, yes, that's good. And on the side of the block, I should have done that when it was off. Yeah, okay, yeah, drain's tight on that side, and same deal over on the port. I'm not worried about sending water to the engine for starting up, but I would like to shoot a garden hose down into the pump side. Over here in the GHT garden hose thread, this will do, along with barbed fittings over here. I actually can add one of these when we're all done. No, that one will do. And we hook it up like so. Now there is a plastic wear ring inside of these. We don't want to wear that out unnecessarily. And as you guys know, this is a direct link. There's no in gear, out of gear. It's directly linked to the jet drive. So it sucks water up the intake grate and shoots it out the nozzle. We got our temporary fuel source, and we can send some gas to the carburetor, see if it takes. Go. Oh yeah. Don't need to look at the level. That's filling the bowls right up. Make sure they stop. Oh, all right, the rear bowl is overflowing. Okay, I'll turn that off. And well, let's reduce the pressure on this. It's probably, more than 4 PSI. Give that a little love tap. At least we know both bowls are taking fuel. Little mouse nest up in the exhaust. Might have to pull the carb off. Probably. We'll keep going though. This has still got the Motorcraft tag on it. It's a D4JLJ by Holley. A factory marine carb from what I was looking at online. It's got 172 butterflies. Vacuum secondaries. Get this cleaned up a little bit on the outside before we crack it open. It's got like springs on the bolts. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh man. Yeah, look at that. All junked up. Not horrible though. Definitely, I'm surprised those floats were still working fine. How about the secondary side? Usually not as bad, right? And yeah, that's not as bad over there. Another issue is the secondaries are seized up. While those parts are cleaning, let's throw this quick fuel on, see how it runs. He got hit in the arm really hard with a piece of a thick rust that came off of this pulley. So you never stand in a plane of a rotating piece like that. That really, I mean, that could have taken my eye out. No problem. We'll get that cleaned up a little bit. Get an idea how long it was sitting. The alternator pulley's the same way except for where the belt was. I don't know if you can see that. We won't be needing an alternator today, but I suppose it's ready to drop it in the water, right? Let's see what it does. You can only run it on the hose so much, really. Probably not good for it. See how much old gas already came out of these tanks? About 5 gallons. Because I had the other jug full plus that. And now this actually, the line rusted through down here, I noticed. So pump works good. I guess I pumped these tanks the rest of the way out. Flare a new line for this. And I got this pushing the rest of the fuel out of that tank. Hopefully there's not too much more. And yeah, that doesn't sound very good. We got a ton of crankcase pressure coming out of here too. Let me pop these valve covers off, see if that's all working. But you know, I think you can run it like this with as long as you have water going both sides and everything's staying cool. Probably needs a wear ring anyway. Oh, all right, that's done there. Oh, just overfilled it too. Do a quick compression check on the cylinders, starting with number 7 because I don't think that one was running. And I'm starting to lean toward intake manifold issues down there, maybe broken off gaskets and it's open to the engine. Ooh, only 50 PSI on number 7. I'm gonna check all these cylinders. Let you know what we end up with. 70, 120, 120. And over on the starboard we got 100, 100, 120, 120. So just 7 and 8, super low on compression. Could be a blown head gasket between them too. All right, got everything ready to head down to the water. Last minute things. What do we got? Plug. We gotta get a plug in the jet drive. See if maybe they got one in the glove box. Haven't been in here yet. Cracked cover. You got a Motorcraft ARF 42. That's yeah, that's what was in there. So that's probably the correct plug for it. A Screamer emergency alarm corkscrew. Not seeing a plug. Hook. The safety seal says courtesy examination from 1988. There you go. Oh boy. There we go. A brass plug down there. And an old school looking whistle. You gotta blow really hard, but I guess that would pass the Coast Guard test, right? Pretty much plan to back it in and see what it does. If it takes on water, how it runs, and actually Jack might stop down too, see what he thinks of this. Guys, real quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Blaster. You know my #1 favorite product is their PB Blast penetrating fluid. The original nut and bolt buster, which easily breaks free rusted or frozen parts. And if you're dealing with rust bucket cars, then you're gonna wanna grab the big shot industrial size 18 ounces of rust busting fury fluid in there. This can will never let you down. A couple things I like is it's got the pinpoint accuracy. No need for a straw when you can shoot a stream like that. It's also got the revolutionary valve where it sprays upside down for some bursts, and then eventually you'll get to the air. It doesn't evaporate and leaves a lubricating film on the parts, prevent rust, Uses unique capillary action to attack rust from all angles. And you can see Blaster keeps me stocked up with many other products. Like another one of my favorite is the Surface Shield. So next time you're heading out to the parts store, consider picking up a can of PB Blast, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with the big shot industrial size. This stuff is even silicone free, so if you're body shop, you don't have to worry about that. Thank you, Blaster, very much for sponsoring the video, and now let's dive back into it. Oh yeah, just about high tide. Perfect. Perfect. Except for, I want to get my muddy boots all over this nice paint. Are we taking on any water is the first thing to check. No, doesn't look like it. There was a little bit in there to begin with, so. Sounds a lot better in the water, but still not running right, that's for darn sure. This is perfect though. I can chill out here for a minute, let that tank pump the rest of the way out. Looks like it's pretty much empty, both these tanks. Check the level down in there. And it's still climbing, but I got extra tanks if we need it. Let it burn off that moisture down in the crankcase too. I had the PCB hooked up. And the Falter staying nice and cool. How about up top of here? Oh yeah, that's a little warmer, but normal. Oh, here comes Jack in his old Bel Air. See what Jack thinks of this thing. Ah, there you are.
What's happening, man?
Did you run down? What do you think of this old boat?
I like it. The old Randy Watson here.
Yeah, I had to look that up. I didn't even know what Sexual Chocolate was. I guess it was Eddie Murphy played Randy Watson, yeah.
Wow, it's one of them bass boats. This is like my race car. Same, what do you call that? Metal flake.
Tell you, this could be your first boat.
No, bust out another 1,000 boat.
Yeah. Here we go. Watch this pulley's jagged. You don't want to bump into that.
No.
That'll cut you right open. So, like, that sounded okay when I was flipping it. And it's actually running a little better now. But wait till you see if it run. What do you think of it right now?
Sounds all right. It's a little bit.
Yeah, now it's missing.
Does that got points in it?
Yeah. All right, against better judgment, we are gonna take this out. Jack says it's a good idea.
Come on.
He says it's gonna be fine. So we got no winch up here, but there was a ratchet strap. And check out this. Luckily we don't have rollers, but look at this design. You ever see that on a trailer? I like it.
So yeah, he's the human throttle cable.
I do.
Tachometer works.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Too bad these guys are fishing out here though.
Yeah, I don't like disturbing people, yeah.
So if we say far left, it's plenty deep. It's very, very shallow over here. But you all good, Jack?
I think so.
Here we go.
Not a good seat.
Up on planes. Go ahead and nail it. See what it does. All right. Oh man.
We are at 12.
12.
If you're there. If you're at that mark right there, it's 12.
Okay.
Or it's like a little bit of timing, but I don't know about boats. They are not much of a load like a vehicle.
That's good. Yeah, you can kill it for now. All right, that was a good run. Couldn't ask for any better. Ah, our buddy's back too. Sorry, we still don't have any food. All right, Jack brought the Holly from this back home with him because he thinks he has some gaskets and parts in stock. They'll put that together. And I'm gonna do a quick compression check on these back cylinders, see if they came back to life at all. Oh yeah, up at 80. Coming a little bit. By the way, this is several hours later, so the engine's back to room temp. Whoa, 150. All right. So, oh man. Okay, maybe that's why that cylinder's full of fuel. I guess that quick fuel bowls are overflowing a little bit. I'm sitting. Oh yeah. Look at all. All right. I'm gonna shoot some PB blast in these cylinders. Let them sit overnight. All right, quick break time for me. Gonna go do a little bit of concrete ripping out. But I got this all set up for Jack. He is gonna pop over today and check out the wiring some, sort out the bilge pumps, get some basic things operating so we can take this out possibly later today or tomorrow. You got the carburetor all cleaned up and rebuilt, so we ditch this quick fuel and put the original Motorcraft Holly on there, and we'll see how this runs later today. Concrete time. All right, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. There's nothing for you. Sorry, Gus. Yo, yo.
He's back.
Got some goodies.
All right. Good deal.
How'd you make out?
Wires, distributors in, lights work, except for the front bow light. There's a cut wire, mouse chewed it in half up there. Everything else is working.
Beautiful. We got the throttle hooked up too?
The throttle hooked up with a return spring. Carburetor's on. You know, it's a hodgepodge of gaskets because that's an oddball.
Yeah, you think it'll run good or what?
I hope so.
So he put the brand new distributor in, and we are going to try hooking up the DuraSpark.
Yes.
It's the wrong plug, but
we'll splice it all.
Yeah, this is a 4-wire. It's got a 3-wire plug on there.
Yep.
Got some new fuel hose, a belt, carburetor gasket. So let's do that and then hit the water. There's only a 30% chance. There you go. it's break time.
Yeah, it's break time. It's top blue ribbon time. Crisp off the range.
Would have been hilarious if we were out on the river and this happened though.
Oh, yeah.
You got the bilge pump working, right?
Yes. Yep.
Ain't letting up yet. And the boat's filling up with water. And this is all done while the jacket's sky high, and actually the bilge plug is still in too. So the boat will fill up. Not good. Rain has subsided, and I just wired up actually a used DuraSpark box I had. Cut the harness. We got this kind of hokey wired up. So spark plug, give it a crank.
All right.
Let's see if we got spark.
Contact.
Oh yeah, it's already sparking.
When you feed it positive. So yep.
Oh. All right, yeah, we got good spark.
So it's
Electronic ignition, no more points. Okay, safe to say we're not getting out today, but we're all wrapped up for the night. Distributor was off by a couple teeth. We got that set right. DuraSpark in, new fuel filter, everything's primed. Let's see if this starts up. Well, this wouldn't start back up, and it turned out had no more spark again. So I swapped out the box since this was a used DuraSpark from the garage and put the new one in there. Still no spark, so I decided to just ditch that and went on Amazon, 60 bucks, picked up an HEI distributor for the Ford big block, and yeah, I'm gonna drop this in, see if it works. Just run power to it and good to go. Check it out. Yep, that's not gonna work. It's hitting the thermostat or outlet. There's actually no thermostat in it, so just a cooling outlet. What do we do now? Wonder if there's enough material to grind away. I mean, that's pretty thick on the wall there. Almost there. Alright, after much persuasion, got it good with plenty of clearance to adjust for timing, and I did have to shave down the cap and cut one of these securing fasteners off for the cap, but there's already 3 other ones, so no big deal. And we were able to ditch the coil. Looks much cleaner up here. I suppose I could have just got a taller distributor and not had to do any of this, but I was trying to shoot out today with the boat, so we'll see if it fires up. We got some fenders, tow rope, a couple life vests, and an anchor. Got this bad boy over here. Oh yeah. Of course, this is the kind of anchor that if you get in a boat accident, well, I mean, wouldn't want that flying in the air around you, huh? One last thing before we roll out, gotta get the nav light working on the front. Bulb is good, and ground is good. Power, not getting anything. Under this cushion, I have found the problem. It looks like mice were in here or something, chewing up a bunch of stuff. And look at that, it's got like nesting material on there. The front of this is inaccessible at all. So that perfect place for they always find a place to go where you can't get to them. There's probably a giant nest up in there. We are an hour from high tide, ideal conditions. Nice clear water. Oh, I love the way it sounds. I hate jet boats that have the exhaust coming straight out with no mufflers on it. I mean, that's just perfect. You hear bobbing in the water. Music to my ears. That sounds like it's probably hitting all 8. I don't know. Pretty healthy right now. It's not wanting to run very well with the choke off. I got the throttle plates open pretty far actually to keep it idling, and the fuel screws out too. But I don't know, so that might still need some tweaking. We got charging amperage, and oop, there it goes. It wants to stall. So, look at that. Woo! Slightly choppy out today too. If there were white caps, I'd probably say no go. Oh, it doesn't want to idle down. Yeah, that screws all the way down. As you can see, we're still doing that. We're like slack tide, so. Yeah, the hull was flexing quite. Let's pull it on the side here. So I had to leave the, I had to have the throttle blades open pretty far.
That's the problem we have with that.
The other one.
The other carburetor too.
Yeah, so maybe the intake's got a leak or something. I was just
going to say, it's probably got an intake.
Yeah.
Oh, you're tied off?
That would make sense. We'll pop the intake off. Unless there's something seriously wrong with the car, but you went through and it was...
Yeah, it was dirty. I mean, I put all new stuff, I cleaned it, I soaked it and everything, and it was kind of a hodgepodge of gaskets that I had to put because it's a specialty marine old carburetor.
You have motor, automatic motor, throw water outside?
Oh, bilge pump, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yep.
Oh. Your boat look for me very scary.
Oh, very scary, yeah. Bye. All right, we'll be lucky if we make it back. Yeah, we'll go check those intake gaskets. Maybe pull the rest of the floor up, see what that all looks like down there. if you make it back to the ramp. Oop. Are you joking me? Oh my gosh. Well, we can still swim from here. With this cooled back down, let's see what our compression is on cylinders 7 and 8. If after running it hard, maybe came back to life. Oh yeah, that came back about 140 on 8 and 110 on number 7. Well, not bad. And let's hit it with some smoke. See, I know it's not, the intake's not leaking on the outside, but I think it's probably leaking down into the crankcase. I don't have a great seal, but you can see already some's coming up through the crankcase. Oh, yeah, we're gonna pop this intake off. Got them all except for this nut is rotted down to basically less than ½ inch. Oh yeah. Yes. That wasn't on there too bad. Took out the whole stud actually. Pretty darn clean in here. Cam looking real healthy. And I'll be honest, I was hoping to see a brittle falling apart intake gasket, but I mean, it seems to be all together. So I guess I'll see if anybody's got one in stock tomorrow. Go from there. I mean, there is lots of rust right around here, so that might have been rust jacking the intake off. But I did spray some starting fluid around there and it wasn't changing. I was expecting like the bottom to be brittle and broken off pieces into the engine. Ended up stopping down here at K&M Speed and Truck. If you're in the Levittown area and you ever need speed parts, stop into this place. Mike is just a great guy. He'll help you out, and you can see he has lots of stuff in stock. He's dealing with a customer right now, so I'll not go bother him, but yeah, they had these in stock. How about it? For the big block Ford. And I did call 2 other places. Even Amazon was 3 days out for these. So if you got a speed shop in your town, go and support it whenever you can. I've not been good about that. You know, it's so easy to just hop on the internet, click a button. K&M Speed and Truck. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Chris.
Let's see it. Good stuff. Maybe needs a new sign though. I can barely read that coming by, huh? Good old Levittown. I'm going to put a little right stuff around the water jackets too, especially if you see any pitting on there. Always a good idea. I mean, they say don't put any sealant around these, but I've coated intake gaskets before and never had an issue. Of course, these do come with the pre-coating on there, but if you got a rough surface or alignment's not perfect, put a little right stuff on there. So make sure to let it cure before you run the engine. Always make sure to wipe the surfaces with brake clean first too. Acetone. Some pipe dope on the bolts too. Since these aren't blind holes, they go into the block. Not that oil would really be leaking out, but you know, good measure. And see, that's the perfect size bead right there, because now it's going to squish down good. That's had some time to cure. So the big moment, did replacing the intake gaskets do anything? I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't know. I hope so. I don't know. Well, that didn't fix nothing. I guess I got to pull the carburetor back apart. But the weird thing is even with the quick fuel on there, it was still doing it. That's what made me think it's probably going to be the intake leak. I don't know. All right, put the quick fuel back on. There we are. So now we're getting a good idle. There's something going on with that other Holly. And I wasn't getting a good idle originally with this on here, so I guess we got to get back in the water, huh? This carb, I got to get a gasket set on order, and I actually noticed that the secondaries link here that pushes the secondaries back, that is missing, so I'll have to ask Jack if maybe that ended up in his cleaner. He said the gaskets he used, they weren't exactly right, so I'll have to get a kit for this exact marine carb. And then the floors, remember I was saying this side was really bouncy. Well, there are no stringers over there. All the stringers are in the back, which those seem pretty solid, and then there's one going down the keel. So let me open this up a little bit. New carpet anyway. Oh, well, I guess there is some structure underneath of there, because yeah, they're not stringers, but there's this like plywood all up in here, which of course is completely waterlogged and soft and is falling apart. This actually looks like it was a repair that's already done. As you can see, somebody cut this, so I don't know. I'll have to do some research, but if anybody knows a good guy that wants to restore this boat, I'd actually be down to not restore it, but throw some money at this and make it structurally sound again, and make it more just like a junky river rat cruiser, even though it really is worthy of much more. But you go trying to make this thing perfect and you'll be into it for more money than it would have cost to just go buy a nice 21-foot Hawaiian. Actually, haven't looked it up what these are worth. But I'd imagine for, I don't know, 10 grand or so, you could get like a nice one of these. Anyway, we'll take this out for one more rip, and hopefully it doesn't break in two. How's this keel look? Oh, not very much better. Oh yeah, new boat owner, and we gotta rename it too. Not sure what yet, but these gotta go. Not Randy Jackson anymore. This thing's getting filthy, huh? Well, it's actually idling, so that's nice. I love it. This guy came in on the Aquasport 215, like super hot, and then he was fighting his own way because he's trying to tie it up. The thing was just smashing against a dock. Luckily, I was off the dock by then. Test. Yeah, this hull's holding up no problem, and it's idling good. So usable boat at this point. Before the other day, not good. I think I'm going to hold on to this boat for a little bit. It's a junky jet boat, but a good time. Next on the list is making some progress on the 67 green Mustang. That I'll drop a playlist to those videos down below in case you haven't seen them. All right, over here at Lorenzo's Fast Flow, and he has got the 289 on the dyno. Just waiting for him to pop over. We're going to run this real quick and then get it home. So he'll have some clips of this and some more details on it. I will plug a link to that video down below. Check his channel out. Drop a subscribe. Helps his place out big time. 287?
287.
Great.
And 309, so it liked it.
Yeah, good with it there. I don't see if it's pinging or anything, but
No, it's not pinging. If it would have been, the power would have went down. It would have shot right down at the end, but it didn't.
To help out, we got none other than Jack from Anything Goes Garage.
Hey guys.
He's been busting my chops saying, you haven't got that car together. You are lazy, and he's right. So you guys have been commenting about it too. So today we're gonna focus getting everything back together. He just got the clutch bolted up. See, I have this all freshly painted black, just keeping it stealth. And then over on the bell housing, this transmission, this 4-speed is out of the green 71 that also did a video on, and I kept the 4-speed since originally this was a 3-speed car. This did have a broken ear. Don't think it's gonna be a big deal. We'll just put a little bit bigger of a washer, and I also drilled a hole in the bell housing and put another bolt to use as a stud. Loctited that in so we can use this hole as well. Let's make some progress. Jack's doing a video on this too. There'll be a link to it down below.
You have 7/16 lock washers?
Oh, cool. Bolt depot, good to go.
Yeah.
Maybe a little Loctite on there too, what do you think?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Yep.
Jack used retaining compound on the flywheel bolts, but I think it'll be all right. They were sitting in here next to the Loctite in his defense. Now for exhaust, Pypes has sent us a full exhaust on this. Thank you very much for that. And we're gonna reuse the original log manifolds. Hopefully, he wasn't sure if these will definitely fit or not because I think they were for a different application. But they slide over here, so we'll see how the bends do under the car. And the studs are reusable except for this one. Let's see if we can get it out of there. No. I never use gaskets, just use
Okay.
right stuff. Buds in.
Sounds like success from here.
Yeah. I'd hit it with some PB, but I don't want to smoke the whole shop out, so.
Yeah.
See if we got a stud for this. In the stud drawer. Probably all mostly metric in here. I don't have any high quality studs, but I do have this all thread. Oh. I guess that's strong enough. 7/16 by 14. I have my finger between the bell housing.
Oh, please don't. Yes. It's going. Gotta jiggle it. This is how I had to do the Buick. Pull it down, wiggle it, pull it down, wiggle it, because it's, there it goes. It's the Pilot. They got very tight tolerances.
Yeah.
Because you're in the clutch, because I put it in gear and then it was engaged. So.
Hopefully this 4-speed shift's good. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
We get that through stud on the thin part of the belt housing, and then for the boss, took a nut that is burning my hand right now, cut it in half, and then slide that in there, pinch it down. Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
Pro status.
Yes.
Almost like it never happened. All right, made some good progress. Got the stainless lines in, and this is ready to go. So we're gonna take a quick lunch break. This is stay tuned, Tony Angelo style, right? We got Paul's Pendel Pizza.
Oh, look at that. That looks yummy.
All righty. So lunch break, and then we'll be popping that in.
Yeah.
I had to run out and get some donuts for the exhaust too. These guys, yeah. Let's go outside with it.
Sure. Where the wind don't catch it. I like the angle it's on.
Yep.
All right. A little bit. Right there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's going up. Interesting. It needs to come this way. There you go. There you go. Let the youngster do it.
What do you think, Autumn? Is it good? Looks good. Yeah, you're bored. I know. We'll get you inside.
If she was that bored, she'd be crying.
The jack was over for a few more hours today and not too much more to go. We did have some trouble getting this Z-bar all lined up. The bar itself actually had to get bent over, and then I, of course, didn't order the new bushing kit, so I went to the bushing drawer and we were able to custom make some bushings for that will work. Right now, fitting up the Pypes exhaust. This is going to be the Turbo Pro. So far, alignment is coming out real good, but you do have to trim the elbows and trim the H-pipe quite a bit. Took all this off so they give you lots of extra material in case, I guess, the variances in vehicles and such. I got the little helper out here. She's being real good today. Thank you, Autumn. And then also Cold Case Radiators. They sent me a radiator for this a while back too, and popped out of the box. It's actually really nice compared to, if you go on Amazon or eBay and just order an aluminum radiator. They look great in the pictures, but you get them and the welds are all just cheesed up looking. This thing has actually been polished. It's got what looks to be a stainless steel cap on it, and the welds are just incredible. Now, fitment is nice, but this is actually a 24-inch wide. I should have ordered the factory 20-inch, so I'm going to have to make some custom brackets for this. But we got the dual electric fans, the shroud bolted on real good. Really, that's going to cool nicely. I'm going to spend the next couple hours getting this all fitted up, and then hopefully we can get this fired up probably tomorrow. Autumn, it's your first birthday tomorrow. How about that? Already going to be 1 year old. Unbelievable. Playing with your 2-liter? Yeah. It's funny, she's got all sorts of toys, but you give her just the dumbest stuff like a paper bag, and she loves that more than anything else. Just lop these up with some anti-seize. Autumn, can you say Gus? Gus! Gus is digging an ankle breaker there. I see the 24-inch radiator fits great, and this new sheet metal fills up the entire gap. I'm glad I didn't go with the 20-inch. That would have been just a direct bolt in, but it does cover the sides of the gap because you have these factory little brackets. And I don't know if they sell brackets for this or not, but instead I just cut some sheet metal, and I'm going to cut a little U out on that for each side, shoot some paint on it. That'll be good. Tell you right now, I love the new 5-in-1 custom spray nozzle on the Rust-Oleum. Haven't had any issues with it clogging up, and if one does happen to clog, you would think you just swap over to another. There we go, custom brackets, perfect fit, no airflow obstruction. That looks good. Back in the trunk, nice and clean. When I put this brand new take in, I steam sealed all under it, and so it's perfect seal. Should mention, I got all these parts, most of them all from Holley.com. Scott Drake, I guess they own them now, and they gave me a pretty good price on all this stuff. Of course, everything's reproduction, but the fit so far has been good. I like these original looking clamps. Love it. Come on, baby. Original gas cap. The cable was rusted and kind of falling apart, so I cut that off, and for now I just got this fat boy flat O-ring, and yeah, locks on nice, won't be falling off. Of course, somebody could just steal it without the cable on there, or I suppose it could rattle off, or you lose it when you're filling up gas, but for now that's fine. Well, I can't find the key, and got some other parts on order I'm waiting for, but we should be able to start this up right now. See how the exhaust sounds. Starter might need some looking at, but yeah, fired right up as expected, since this was already on dyno. And that has a great tone. Not too loud. I still gotta get some tips or cut these, but yeah, they look kind of fine sticking out like that too. Oh yeah. Oh, wait till I get other parts and then get this cruising. Oh, by the way, the factory 4-barrel intake that Lorenzo put on here, let's look at the part number. This is actually from like an 84, 85 Mustang. Oh, great upgrade for your old 289 2-barrel if you want to put a 4-barrel on there. Aluminum too. Come on, let's see the walking.
Don't walk in any dog poop.
Oh, Gus does this every time I put her down. And she laughs trying to walk. Gus. And in this last segment, over at the fixer-upper house, removing the back patio and concrete from underneath the kitchen floor. When they put the addition on this house, they went right over top the old patio, and there was just a lot of ants coming from there. It wasn't right, and I figured a good time to connect the crawl spaces all together and have that area accessible. Here's a little clip of me and Jen in the kitchen a couple months ago. Having some din-dins in the kitchen.
Yeah, in the kitchen.
And Autumn, you are 10 and a half months now. I found out where all the ants were coming from. Tons and tons of ants. They kept coming to the kitchen, and this is one of the reasons you don't want soil and dirt right up against the foundation like that. We want to get a buffer from the ground so we can see their trail coming up. There it is. Now, a whole wall on 2 inches of concrete, but of course it was shored up with everything under it. What'd you say, Dennis? You thought this guy had his blueprints on a napkin?
Napkin.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Something else worth noting is when it was raining, this slab is basically flat or even pitched toward the house a little bit so water would pull up against. And of course I didn't like that, but beneath, you can see bunch of termite damage up into the wood. Hopefully it doesn't go too far, but see, like the bottom plate, wherever it gets moist and wet, yeah, this is supposed to be a sill plate, but it's like a custom-made 2x6 sill plate. Between concrete and a sill plate, there should be a impermeable membrane, so that doesn't happen. The moisture doesn't come up through, and the bugs don't, but you can see nobody did that. It's just wood right on the concrete. Electric ran out here. Rotted right through the conduit.
They're just like, pour it over again.
Yeah, another layer.
One more time.
So we are making good progress, but this is just a lot of concrete. Like, I mean, this is all, I don't know, it's like many feet of concrete with tons of boulders in there too. This is crazy. I can see why they just put 2x6s over this and left the pad, because the dude was like,
Cover over it.
maybe it'd be nice if we had a pneumatic jackhammer. This Bosch Brute's getting it done. Look at this. 12 inches of concrete just to put some 2x6s on and then put the kitchen floor. I wonder if when the concrete truck came, the old dude just had like a pile of boulders in here. He's like, all right, yeah, start pouring it. And then he just started heaving boulders into it. This is the third load of concrete. And I know it's not like an insane amount of concrete, it's just an insane amount for a small kitchen of what's under it. It's like, I would expect to have this much if you're taking apart a bunker, you know. All right, here is the final load of junk. We got Jake over here helping too. Dennis, we got a little more dirt to go, and then
Cover it up.
and then we'll have a nice crawl space. The foundation wall does go all the way around, so this is going to be great. And we'll access hole into the other crawl spaces too. Anyway, in here was the kitchen, and half of the kitchen was over top an old patio, and had a bunch of moisture and rot issues that I exposed in here, and I started ripping out all that rotted wood. But you can see, you know, I mean, it was just sopping wet in here. So I decided, all right, this has got to get dug down and connect these crawl spaces together. I got very fortunate because there was a foundation wall underneath this patio, so able to use that. I'm about to form it and pour some concrete. I took out this foundation wall over here too, because this was for the old house. Originally this house ended right here, and you can see, let's get over here, like you can see the old sheathing. So this joist is all termite rotted. I'm going to get rid of that, and the sill plate too. Can't get rid of the foundation wall in the center though, as you can see, because that has the main support beam going through, and that needs some concrete shoring up too. It's still okay, but as you can see, the one side's blown out from somebody running the HVAC through it. So the whole house is basically a big can of worms, and working with what we got here. I'm going to replace this sill plate with pressure treated too, and you might be thinking, well, why do you even need that foundation wall if you got this one over here? And the answer is because the main beam in that room is actually not in the center of the house. It's split between this wall and that wall over there. So the span from that beam over to this one is too long for a 2x8. We'd have to go to 2x10s, and then, yeah. But here we go. Got that poured. And just gotta let it set up a little bit and finish it. And then over there, well, I don't know. I'm probably gonna be doing something, but the corner, I'm going to leave it alone because, well, I don't want to knock the house over by mistake. Now the old patio is gone. No more concrete right up against the house with wood. I did throw the old steps here just temporarily till we get a deck one day. But the best part is that we now have a crawl space underneath the kitchen, which is accessible, serviceable, insulatable, everything you could possibly imagine. So this is a major upgrade. The pressure treated, again, that concrete on top of this old foundation has rebar going through it. Got really lucky that this had a foundation wall under it. Now, as we do things in the kitchen, it's just way better. I did go ahead and patch all this ugly stuff up and formed and poured where it was open on the side there. So got this hole cut out, and yes, it's just it's all open now. This is like a temporary free plastic that I found in the dumpster. It's good to keep all the construction debris from out of the soil. You know, you don't want this wood getting all mashed into the soil, I would imagine, because then it's gonna invite termites and such. But yeah, so it was a major upgrade. So many more things to go on in the crawl space. We just dug the new footers, adding 1 and 2 and a couple others because I didn't trust these old blocks, and the main beam was settling down here. Like you see, that one's got a chunk missing out, so these are proper, adjustable too for future use. And this one is directly beneath the load post from the end of the beam in the kitchen. I guess we'll call it the load post. Before it was kind of putting its load across these two, which was probably fine, but also formed up and poured some concrete to shore this beam up here, since that was falling apart. Well, things are coming along in here, much more to do, but I just think a clean, dry, accessible crawl space is very important to a house, because I'm the guy that's gonna have to come down here to fix stuff in the future. And before it was really bad down here. I don't know if you guys saw the tour video of this on the second channel, but moving right along. I would much rather have a basement, but crawl space will do. Here we go. Let's show everybody that you can walk. Come on, Autumn. Come on. Whoa! Yay! Look at you go! Come on! There we go! Good job! Good job! Is Gus making you shy? Wow, you're so good. Look at you go. Gus, come on. Give her some space. So we got a walker on our hands now. She's certainly a hazard. So, almost a year. Walking before a year. That's pretty good, Autumn. All right, you ready to go back to mommy? Yay! Still so much work to do in here, but coming along. Look at those little teeth. We can never see the teeth. You'll never show us. Let me see. Get in. No. Yeah, his hands are too dirty anyway.